Boycott worked. NFL just caved. This is huge. The National Football League has become a national disgrace, starting at the top with who calls the shots and has perpetually refused to stop players from disrespecting our flag and country. The league got what they had coming to them when they didn't get ahead of the issue and got behind the cause instead. The national anthem protest that started last season with former 49ers player Colin Kaepernick that many hoped would just fade away, did not. In fact, it spread like a virus, infecting every single team in the NFL. That cancer has now killed America's former favorite sport. The days of blaming the league's horrible ratings on weather, people being busy, or any other innocuous and incorrect excuse are over. There hasn't been a dip in watching, it's been a full-on boycott and major blow to the sport, which executives continued to ignore. The reaction from flag-loving fans has let up. In fact, it's worked even better than many expected. Now that the season is just about over, the NFL is not only admitting that they are stunned by the record low ratings, but proving that league is decimated with a shocking move they just made that hasn't been done in a decade. On Tuesday, the NFL announced that they are canceling the big final Sunday night football game of the season, and the reason why will likely change the league forever. CNN reports. Since the last Sunday night football game also happens to be the final game of the season, the NFL tries to schedule a game that will definitely have playoff implications for one or both of the teams playing. A team that already made the playoffs might sit their starters, leading to an exceptionally boring game. This season, there were no such games that met the NFL's criteria on the final week's schedule. The NFL, which hadn't yet announced which teams would play Sunday night, would have either scheduled a game that had a chance of being a snooze or a game that already had no playoff implications at all. Instead, there will be 7 games scheduled for 1 p.m. and an unusually high 9 games scheduled for 4:25 p.m. kickoffs. There won't be an 8:30 p.m. game this year. Social justice warriors in the sport now look like social justice losers since their cause of kneeling for the anthem has effectively killed the sport. They took it too far and lost while ruining it for a lot of people who used to enjoy this pastime but have since found better things to do with their time. NFL stadium attendance continues to suffer as the backlash from players protesting the national anthem extends into Week 16, the Gateway pundit reports. Football fans from across the country are sharing photos showing stadiums plagued by empty seats this Christmas weekend. As previously reported, the NFL already lost 2.5 million viewers. A new shock poll reveals the NFL is now the least liked sport. The real winners in this situation are the American people who are proud of our flag and our country. For the second time in the year, the voices of the mass majority of citizens have been heard. We refuse to be ignored. First, it was voting President Trump into office, and now it's showing that disrespecting our flag and our nation will not be tolerated. How many more times do liberals need to lose before realizing that it's time to get on board with America, or get out? Also winning are other professional sports who chose to respect the flag over making stupid statements. This stance has earned the NBA, pro hockey, and college football an increase in viewership from sports fans who boycotted the NFL. Since they are canceling games and admitting that the league has lost a devastating amount of fans, perhaps the NFL should consider starting over next season with a new name. One woman provided the perfect suggestion for the name change: the DFL. In a letter to the editor of the Island Packet, Ann Quigley of Bluffton, South Carolina, proposed a perfect idea in response to the National Football League disrespecting the nation, and that's to take national out of the name. While Football League would suffice for what they are, she suggested that they replace national with a word that perfectly describes what these players really are. I would submit that the players in the National Football League who do not want to stand for the national anthem should change the name of their organization to remove the word national, Quigley wrote. Perhaps they could be the Disgruntled Football League? This woman is absolutely right that if these millionaire players want to continue to disrespect the nation that provides them an incredible living for playing a game, then they should change their name to accurately reflect their attitudes. It should actually go even further than that. in that anybody who hate America while taking advantage of our freedoms to make those statements, should be fired from the public eye, since sending such a message is an abuse to their platform and actual privilege, which they think they don't have.